honestly, I hate this notion. Let me not say hate. I strongly dislike this notion of we have to protect Zion because he's 6'7" or 6'6", 280 pounds of solid muscle, and that's going to wear and tear on his body. Da, 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 da. We know this. We all know this. We all know that your knees are going to get shot later on down in the
If you legit,
NBA
if
career.
you jump up and down every day for the next 10 years, your knees will
Yes,
eventually. That's
exactly.
any human body.
But that's
But
the
I
thing.
understand.
But that's the thing. You have players. That's where good players become great players when they change their game, when they develop some type of game. Like for example, Kobe. Kobe came in the league, slasher. He could shoot middies. He could shoot threes here and there. That was his game. But when he developed that post game, he took his game to a whole nother level. You see LeBron. LeBron came in, same thing. Slasher, could get to the cup easily, and here and there shoot. He wasn't really that good of a shooter when he came in, but now when he's getting older, as he's getting older, he's starting to use that little post spin, that
I
little
don't even.
post
I
jump
don't even
shot.
think it was. I don't even think it was when he got older. Once he got to Miami, that post game got crazy.
No, his post game did get crazy, but he even took it to another level and
Nah, you're
developed
right.
that
You're right.
post
No,
that
you're
that
right.
little post fade. You look at Jordan. Jordan developed the post fade. See players nowadays starting to develop that post fade, and I'm not saying that Zion should develop a post fade. I would love to see it. I think it would be nice, but we're worrying about someone who's 19 years old, who you just got last year.
Look at all the young niggas flexing from the bottom. Jumping out them rides, do we have a problem? They say we ain't body, wonder why they never tried us. We flex on the bitches and be cutting on the robbers. And at them 36s with 30 bitches. No love for them dirty niggas. Be pouring liquor. The way we bought, they know we richer. I feel like richer. Porter on pay or forget that.
What's good, T4cers? We're back with another segment. This is segment number 2, dose. So let's get right into it. So first off, I remember certain someone, Terrence Lewis, talking about how he was impressed with the New Orleans Pelicans. He was impressed with their play. So yesterday, and it's ironic because last night they were, I believe, excluded out of the playoffs. Like they're out of the playoff
Yep.
race due to Damian Lillard having a hell of a comeback game with 51 points. He's shaking his head because he's not. For those who don't know, he's not the biggest Dame fan.
Uh oh.
But so let's get. So being that they're out of the playoffs, I noticed that in the beginning of the restart, the Pelicans weren't playing Zion that much. He was having like 15. There were some games he had like 15 minutes, 14 minutes, and those games they had low minutes. He had obviously like low amount of points, stats, and everything. So I want to know, one, did that come back to haunt the Pelicans, and two, is that like, do you think how was your reaction to the Pelicans babying Zion Williamson instead of letting him play? Like, does that cause concern for the front office? Does that cause concern for the coaches or the players? So let me know what y'all think about that one. T, you go ahead, bro.
So I feel like the front office, well, David Griffin especially, a lot of people blame Alvin Gentry for his lack of playing time, but I feel like David Griffin is 100% to blame for him not playing as much. So for the Pelicans, I feel like, not to say David Griffin again, but I feel like this year it wasn't make or break for the Pelicans. And I feel like him sitting Zion, Zion also played a part in his own wrongdoing because he did have to leave the bubble. It was for a family emergency, but if you leave the bubble, it's vital time, and you won't be able to just jump right back and like you have a game every other day. And I feel like with him leaving the bubble, it did really lessen the Pelicans' playoff chances because Zion is the number one option on that team. It goes Zion, then Drew, and with Zion not being there, you give the Pelicans. Give me 1 second. You get the Pelicans less of a chance because you're not there, you're not playing. You got Jackson Hayes playing more minutes. You have what's the other guy? Kenrick Williams. He wouldn't play on any other NBA team. He's playing the majority of minutes. And with Lonzo only averaged 5, 6, and 6, and he only shot 30% from the field. Mind you, I'm a Lonzo Ball fan. I feel like
Likewise.
with Zion being out, defenses are able to key in on those key guys that they do have. And this was a form of tanking. In my opinion, David Griffin, this was a form of tanking. Because once he realized that they would have had to win the rest of the games, he just said, you know what, we're going to get ready for gear up for next season. And they're going to get potentially a lottery pick after the season.
Okay. Cool. Cold world.
Babe, do I think of babying him? No, because I understand why they're doing it. Do I agree with it? No. I feel as if this is the perfect chance for you to get Zion some playoff experience in a bubble. There's no home court advantage. There's no, he's on the road, so he might have had playoff jitters. This was a chance to get playoff experience for your young guys and for the core that you're trying to build. This would have given them some playoff experience together. So I don't agree with it, but I don't think they're babying him. I think they're trying to quote-unquote play it smart. But you never know what could have happened if you snuck into the playoffs and got an 8, maybe 7 seed, and probably, like for instance, the reason why Kawhi and Paul George were backstaying with the Clippers because what they saw them able to do against the Golden State Warriors last year when they got to the playoffs. Reason why Kyrie and KD went to the Nets because they saw what the Nets did, how they were able to get to the playoffs with that core and able to get playoff experience. So that okay, if I add this one key piece, maybe we can take this over the top. But you're trying to tank to get, and especially during this time, you don't know the player that you're about to draft. Was he working out during COVID? Was he staying in shape?
Yeah.
And then you guys posted that picture of Zion right before the bubble started with his arms looking crazy, working out. I'm like, oh, shoot, we about to see Zion in the bubble, and then you only playing him 15 minutes. Like Terrence said, without him there, it's able to key on guys. You don't even have to give him the ball. His presence alone is going to demand attention, so that will open up other guys. So babying, I don't think they baby him. I just think they just made the wrong decision because you have a player who is catching half court lobs like it's nothing. Like you have a player here who can average, who's a walking double-double. Legit a walking double-double in the first half. Can get you 10 points, 10 rebounds in the first half. Why not have somebody like that? Because your guys can learn to play with each other. They can build that chemistry. And even if you get to the 8th seed and get swept, they got to the playoffs. They got a little bit of experience. So now they can feed off something going into the summer. Like, oh, shoot, if we do this over the summer, we might be able to make a run at this thing. But now they got to go home, and now you're going to try to bring in some young guy that's just going to be rebuilding. Yes, adding a young guy helps, but look how long it took for the Nuggets to get Porter to get going. So I feel like they shouldn't have baby. I feel like they shouldn't have did it. I feel like they should have let him play. He says he's fine. He's jumping. I can see if he doesn't look like he's fine. He looks like he can average 20 and 15 right now. Right now. So why not play that? And then, like you said, that gives Brandon Ingram a chance to not see a double team because you have Zion. So I feel like if they would have played him, it would have helped their chances. But I see what they were saying, like, oh, we're not going to win anything anyways because look who we were going against. The Lakers, Clippers, Rockets. I see it. I get it. But nobody plays anything to lose. Like, at some point, you got to start playing to win. Everything. And that builds the winning atmosphere when you play to win, even if you're losing. You're still trying to win. But if you're not even trying to win, how are you just gonna wake up and turn it on next season?
I agree. I honestly don't get why they were babying, why they were sitting Zion. Like you said, the man's a walking bucket. He's a walking double-double, possibly triple-double if he's getting double teamed and passing out to Brandon Ingram or other shooters on the court.
JJ Redick.
Exactly, JJ Redick. Like, I just don't think I don't like. First time I saw something like this happen was with Joel Embiid and the Sixers, and that was completely understandable. Joel Embiid, you get Joel Embiid, he's hurt. He tears his ACL. And I think partially tore his meniscus, and then you ease him back in. You sit him out for a whole season, and then ease him back in. But you got a guy like Zion, who. Wait, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Nah, that's not to cut you off, but even when Joel Embiid is healthy, he runs like he's limping. He runs. He's always on the floor. Like
he always
runs like he's a
that's true. He
so
always
you never know. Like I can see why you take it. But,
no, I mean you're right. He always, like, even when I used to go, like when I would go to the games and watch it live, he'll find some way or some reason to just be on the floor. Maybe that's him taking a breather real quick. I don't know. But but with Zion Williamson, I don't know why they're trying to sit him. Honestly, I hate this notion. Let me not say hate. I strongly dislike this notion of we have to protect Zion because he's 6'7" or 6'6", 280 pounds of solid muscle, and that's going to wear and tear on his body. We know this. We all know this. We all know that your knees are going to get shot later down in the NBA career.
If you jump up and down every day for the next 10 years, your knees will eventually, like any human body.
But that's the thing.
I understand.
But that's the thing. You have players. That's where good players become great players when they change their game, when they develop some type of game. Like, for example, Kobe. Kobe came in the league, slasher. He could shoot middies. He could shoot threes here and there. That was his game. But when he developed that post game, he took his game to a whole nother level. You see LeBron. LeBron came in, same thing. Slasher, could get to the cup easily, and here and there shoot. He wasn't really that good of a shooter when he came in, but now when he's getting older, he's starting to use that little post spin.
I don't even think it was when he got older. Once he got to Miami, that post game got crazy.
No, his post game did get crazy, but he even took it to another level and developed that little post fade. You look at Jordan. Jordan developed the post fade. See players nowadays starting to develop that post fade, and I'm not saying that Zion should develop the post fade. I would love to see it. I think it would be nice, but we're worrying about someone who's 19 years old, who you just got last year. If you're worried
when
about
I was 19, I could play something without stretching. I'll be good.
Exactly.
Without stretching.
Exactly.
Now,
Like, you're worried about I feel like this. If you're worried about someone who you spent your first draft pick, your lottery pick on, why'd you get him? Honestly, why'd you get him? You look at teams that got way worse players, and they didn't even hesitate to put them in the game. They didn't even hesitate. You see me wearing a Cavaliers hat. You know where I'm going with this. We drafted Anthony Bennett. Did you think we just stayed and said, oh, yeah, we're just going to baby him because we don't think he'll be? No. We said, listen, we spent our money on you. Now you give us your due. He didn't live up to it, so we shipped him off. I don't want to. That sounds so bad, but we just let him go. But with Zion,
he was trash.
He was trash. That man was like one of my homies said, truck juice. But I feel like this video is going to come back to bite me. But anyway, but with Zion, I just feel like it definitely does have something to do with the front office. I honestly don't think Alvin that's Alvin Gentry, right? That's his
Gentry. Alvin Gentry. Yeah, that's
yes. Because he used to coach for the Warriors, but I don't think I don't think he's to blame in this situation. I think he wants to play Zion. I know he wants to play Zion. He's honestly doing a really good job with that team. The team should definitely be in the playoffs. I mean, honestly, I look at this New Orleans team and I'm sitting here and I'm like, dag, bro. Like in the beginning of the year, and I know we said this for the past like 3 to 4 weeks, but I feel like where OKC is right now, that should be New Orleans. I feel like where OKC is right now.
In standings or play?
No, standing wise and playing. Actually, yeah, both. I feel like here's the thing. When you
I can't get with that.
Hear me out. In the beginning of the season, did you honestly think that OKC was gonna be a playoff contention team?
Yeah.
Lie to me, James. And I never call you James.
No. I thought they would be like 9-8 because they have Chris Paul.
Okay.
Chris Paul. I'm not like, Chris Paul is not the CP. He's not CP3.
He's Chris Paul.
Chris Paul now.
He's Chris Paul.
He's not CP3. Like, he's not CP3, but he still got his handle. He can still shoot the ball.
Right.
He's still a floor general.
Right.
He's still a leader. And when I look at the bottom of like the Western Conference, when I look at who's like the 7th seed.
7th seed would be because Memphis is 8.
Yeah, exactly. See, Memphis.
Blazers. No, the Blazers are 9 right now. The Blazers are 9 right
yeah.
now. So 7 would be Suns are 10th.
I thought that they would at least be that first team out type of team, like the 9th seed, or to get to the end of the season and they need to win. I thought their situation was gonna be end of the season, need to win 3, need somebody to lose 1, need this person to win. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of scenario. I thought they were gonna be on the cusp of making it. I didn't think that they would be a lock in the playoffs. No, but I thought that they were a playoff contender team. Is
the 7th team the Jazz? Are they the Jazz or is it the Spurs?
It might
be the Spurs aren't in yet.
Yeah, Spurs aren't in yet.
I think it's the Mavericks.
I thought the Mavericks were 6th.
I'm about to look it up. Who was the 7th?
No, I got you right now. Hold on.
Right.
7th in the West is Dallas.
Wow. All right, so you're right, Dallas.
So I think the Jazz is 5.
Jazz it's it's Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Houston, OKC, Utah, Dallas, Memphis, and Portland is 9. San Antonio is 10. Phoenix is 11.
So and San Antonio still has a chance to get in the playoffs, right? They technically do, right? Aren't they like a game behind?
The only teams that's out right now is Portland, San Antonio, and Phoenix right now that still have a chance.
Right. Okay. I really want Phoenix.
I'm hoping Phoenix gets in.
I really want Phoenix. I really want to see Devin Booker in the playoffs, man.
I don't want to see Phoenix because I want to see Devin Booker on another team. And if he goes to the playoffs, it'll be hard for him to leave after getting to the bubble, playing so well, and getting to the playoffs. It'll be hard to leave that. But if they don't make the playoffs, like imagine Devin Booker on the Nets.
I don't even want to see him on the Nets. Imagine him with Trae Young.
Oh God! Here you go back to Trae Young.
Yes.
No, they're not gonna win nothing. They're gonna be a great for ticket sales, but they ain't gonna win nothing. Put in with KD and Kyrie, different ball game. Different ball game.
Question for next week: Where would Devin Booker fit the best?
That could be for next week. Where would Devin Booker fit? I like it. I'm gonna write that down. But boom. So we all 3 of us decided that they drawn on Zion. Free Zion, man, because they got him in over here in a prison, man. But
yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Hey, like NBA YoungBoy said, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. But that was segment number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. As always, like, subscribe, follow, and I'm gonna add another one. Put the noties on too. The noties is the notifications. Put the noties on because we want y'all to see what we giving y'all. You feel me? Other than that, let's get ready for segment number 3. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a good one.